These are your panel members, and when we come to questions and answers in the audience, these are some of the guidance we'd like you to follow. Short questions. Please don't ask a second question unless everybody else has had a chance to ask the first one. And let's have one conversation at a time. So we'll try to give everybody opportunity. But first of all, back to our panel members. Now, watching these presentations, there's been quite a lot about water. So the Bangladesh Water Pact, the IFC initiative, clearly water pact. There's talking about water recycling, water recovery, reuse, zero liquid discharge. But I just wonder whether the focus on water is enough in discussing sustainability. So perhaps we could start with let's start with H&M. Do you think that that discussing water is enough? Should we have something more when we're discussing sustainability?
Certainly not. I would refer back to my presentations where we see that water is important, but then it's not the only thing when it comes to sustainable productions. And we feel that energy and chemicals is equally important. And on top of that, what we have missed out, I mean, most probably in the other presentations, the material is also been very, very important. That what materials we're using, how much of those materials is coming from the recycled or renewable sources, and whether those materials has been produced from a sustainable practices. So those are also need to be taken into considerations, and not taking out the design phase as well. That how we are making our product. I mean, we understand that denim production requires lots of washes, but then do we consider those things during our design phase? Those are equally important.
That's a good point. Do you think that the H&M designers are alert enough to the effects of what they're wanting are they designing in sustainability, or do they actually accidentally make garments less sustainable because of their designs? Or does not necessarily H&M, do the brands generally, rather than saying just H&M, do you think there's enough consideration to the effect of the design and the finish on sustainability?
I would answer that question from H&M point of view only, and what we feel that of course we follow the trend and we follow what customers want and what is the trend and what is the perceptions that have been going outside. But of course, when we design or kind of decide on a certain product, our designers are open to any idea which could reduce the waste from during the productions, or which could improve the kind of productions. I mean, we have recently started using the Generosia tool, where each of our denim products need to be reported how much water and been used in those productions, and that need to be reported back to our designers whether those designs are meeting our requirements or not. And then our target is going forward we will only use this green certification for the EMI tool, Generosia tool. So that's been already in the considerations.
Okay, thank you. To go back to my water question, first of all to Envoy and then to our Chroma, about water recycling. Now, what's being said is that by recycling water from the effluent treatment plant into process, then there can be significant water savings. And Zubair are saying they have ambitions to do that. Now, I've had people from factories tell me that their chemical companies, their dye companies say, we will not guarantee the shade unless you use soft raw water every time. If you recover water, we won't guarantee shade. So the first part of the question is, Envoy and your water recycling ambitions, how much water do you think you could recycle? And from a dye company perspective, do you think it's unfair if a dye company says fresh water or we can't guarantee our product?
Thank you for asking this question. So in my presentation you saw that we are in pact, already we are in. So second phase we are running. So already as per their awarded, so their target was it is 6% reduction of the water. So we could do 4 something. So definitely water reduction is one of the tools or the measure that can, of course, have the positive impact on sustainability. But it's not only the water. There are some other parameters as well. Of course, the dyes and other utility services that we do have at the factory level. Definitely, all this has to be synchronized in the better way to have the better sustainability. So it's not only the water. With that, the efficiency of the, for example, the generator, the boiler, or other areas, that means getting the recycling of these chemicals from the water, or the water is being reused. So in a total package, it has to be coordinated well. Otherwise, not only the water, of course, with this system, the water and whatever I say, the latest technology has to be added up. For example, earlier, Envo Textiles had been using, the indigo color, but now we are using the same indigo color. It's a liquid indigo color. So thereby the sludge quantity that we do have now, it is being reduced a lot. So indirectly, it is utilized. That sludges we are trying to make from sludges, pavement tiles and the fertilizer and other things already is tested at Envo Textiles Limited. So we are in the process of doing that one as well. But you see, with the technology and other things, definitely it has improved a lot. So it's not only that the water, it's the other support as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And my point about if you don't have clean water coming into the process, complications with the dye shades.
Let's say that the issue of the water is seen in a different way depending on who you ask. So for brands and retailers, water is an issue at the very beginning of the process and at the very end. So, like what happens in between, from the cotton until the garment has been washed, is kind of hidden. And there are important water consumptions in this phase, on the dyeing, for example. And as you say, the requirements for having good performance of the dye stuff concerning water are relatively high. So we need to combine, let's say, when dyeing, coloring, sustainability and performance. In terms of sustainability and the usage of hard water, as you say, let's say it's not absolutely necessary to use soap water as a must, but we need to use something that blocks all the impurities in the water, so we have at the end what the type of dye that is expected, with their fastness and all the properties that are expected. If we use a water that is full of impurities and we don't do anything with that, what we will have is going to be something strange, not fast, not good for the brand. So, do we need water? Yes. Does it have to be, let's say, top quality of water? Well, it has to be as good as possible. Is it possible to improve the quality of water in somehow? The answer is yes. We can use chemicals to do that. But again, my point is that the issue of the water saving, the water recycling is affecting the whole supply chain, especially on denim. Remember, that is consumption of 11,000 liters per pair of jeans, and this is UNESCO data, by the way. And all this water needs to be treated and controlled, not only at the very beginning, not only at the end.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm conscious that time is running away with us. We started a bit late, so we're still within our hour. But anyone in the audience with a question? If you've got a question, maybe we'll just need one microphone back. Could you please stand up, say your name, who you are, and if you've got a question to a particular member of the panel, could you say who you're addressing it to?
Yes, my name is Thomas. I work for Vicuña, and we are the largest denim manufacturers in the world. These last couple of years, we run 5 factories in South America, 3 in Brazil, and 2 others. We are also the biggest water recyclers in Brazil, incidentally. And my question is to our friend from H&M. And, well, I think there's an interesting aspect that hasn't been discussed here, that is price. And obviously when we talk about sustainability doesn't fall from heaven. You cannot be the cleanest on the planet and the cheapest on the planet at the same time. How do we deal with it? And shouldn't the big players today, what I see, there is an inherent contradiction that if you have a company mission to be sustainable, how can you be at the same time driving the market to a jeans pant being cheaper than a Big Mac? And why should a lady buy 7 pairs of jeans when she needs 1? Shouldn't we focus on making 1 pair at a decent price and within decent, with a good input in terms of sustainability and ethics and all that? How do we make this match?
Okay, thank you. On behalf of all the brands, on behalf of H&M.
It's not particular to H&M.
No, I understand your point of view, and I can also share my point of view, how it has been corrected with when it comes to the price discussion with sustainability. And I can only refer back to what we have said earlier. As a company, we said that our fashion and quality are the best price in a sustainable way, and this is how we are changing ourselves. I agree with your point of view that why we are encouraging overusing rather than why not it should be a sustainable point of view. And I think it is not a matter that we can do in one day. It's a continuous process of educating our customers. Let our customer choose what options they want, and whether it's the price that they want, or whether they want to eat the product that like to wear, it's coming from a sustainable source. And this is a change where we as a company has been going in. And coming back to your ideas, how those price discussions has been happening, I feel that going forward, where we like to measure our sustainability performance of each of our business partner, and that the better sustainable they are, will decide how much business they will get from a business point of view. And that's what has been decided from a brand, from a company point of view. And I'm optimistic that things will change in the future.
Okay, thank you. One question from the front, and this will have to be the final question given the clock. So.
Yeah, I'm Arul from Sri Lanka Vortex. The question to Akroma, the way we can reduce the water by using the high fixation dyes, then you can have, now currently all the reactives and all the dyes are having the 65% exhaustion. So when we are having the 85 to 95% exhaustion dyes, then you can have reduction of water and you can reduce the number of rinses in the dyeing bath. So are you all in the process of high fixation dyes?
On how saving water can be done on processes depends on the type of dyes and chemicals that are used. If you refer to reactive dyes, for example, of course, one good step is going for high fixation dyes, because high fixation dyes mean less rinses, less dirty water. And reactive dyes have a special issue on water, is that what is with the water, it's very difficult to treat. It's not type of dyes that is easy to remove or to clean up from the effluents. So, of course, one of the ideas, one of the solutions, and this is what most, responsible chemical companies are doing, is going for, high fixation dyes. It's one of the ideas. In other type of dyes, the solutions are different, because high fixation is kind of given, but we need to reduce the amount of byproducts or chemicals that are going down the drain. If we refer specifically to the dyeing, to the coloring, in every single process, in every single application, for every single type of dyes, there are things that can be done. If we refer to denim, for example, obviously, there are a lot of things that can be done, because denim consumes a lot of water. Every pair of jeans consumes 11,000 liters. So things need to be done. High fixation dyes, of course, is one thing, but we need to do more than that. And just going back to one of the things that Ronnie said earlier, water is now a critical moment. We need to save water because it's critical. It's critical for the world. It's something that we need to do now, but it's not the end of the thing. Then will be other things coming up like total carbon footprint and things like that. It's the next frontier. This is the next frontier. But now, right now, we need to save water because there's no water. Do you know how many billions of people in the world have no access to water, just like this? For us, it's very easy. We just come here, we have water, open the tap, we flush the toilet. Water is everywhere. No, There are 2 billion people that have no access to water. And in the meantime, we're using it for wonderful things and having a good life and everything. This cannot go on like this. So all technical solutions, and responsible companies are working on that, we are implementing. What we need is that the applicators and the brands accept that this is a type of technology, and going back to the question from Thomas Vicuña, it's a technology that, listen, has a cost, because it's not the same as it used to be. It's something new, something that's a little more high level.
Okay, thank you. Now, we want to begin to bring this to its close now. I'd like each panel member to give us 1 or 2 suggestions of what you could take back to your factory and do. Something practical, something that will be useful for sustainability. Now, I know we've had limited time, so if you want to collect business cards from the panel members to talk to them, email them later on, please do that. Also, I want to make the big comment, which is we've not had this seminar because we believe that the denim sector in Bangladesh is a dirty, polluting sector. We've had this seminar because we believe that Bangladesh denim production will be sustainable, will be efficient. There are water minimizing, energy minimizing efficiencies there possible. We're looking at world-class denim production in Bangladesh, and that's the context for it. Not that we're saying we've got a problem we're trying to fix, we're saying we're doing well and we will do better. So just as we close, a couple of quick suggestions for each of you about what your factory can do.
Thank you. For the production, almost 40% is energy and water cost. So we should focus on the energy and water saving, and I think water is the main thing that is related to others energy use. So if you reduce the water consumption, automatically all the resources consumption will be reduced. And we can import other resources, but water is very limited.
Okay, so thank you.
What I will do is make a very thorough checking of all the processes that are implemented in the plant and know exactly how much water are we using altogether, not only on this, on that, altogether. And then I will check what options are in the market available from chemical companies, from other type of institutions to improve that situation. And the final thing I will do is make a collection of articles and shades based on, let's say, better sustainable conditions to be presented to brands. And listen, I have this, which is a standard, which you know all this, and I have this that has been done really in the best possible way. So I will work in parallel on the 3 things: checking, adjusting, and presenting the results to, at the end of the day, what grows the market.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. If you ask me this question, in that case, it is the good governance of the factory for sustainability to achieve. The best thing is that ensure utility services at the factory and with efficient way. It includes your water, energy and other sectors, that's generator or boiler or whatever you do have, everything. So in total, you can say in one word, best governance at factory, that is on utility. Thank you.
Okay.
I think the important things is what to measure and how to measure these things. We refer back to business KPI. What should be the water uses for per pair of denim, or what should be the benchmark for using chemical and energy, and also the other laundry management systems like RFT and lab to bulk to production. So all those things, set KPIs, measure your performance, and then set a target to improve those things.
So I want to bring this to its close now by thanking the panel members. We thought we'd like to thank you for being here. It's always good to have audience and have audience still here at the end. We want to thank you for your time. I know that what we've been talking about could have been a 2-day seminar, so we try to compress into less than an hour a very big topic. But thank you for being here. Thank you. Clearly, your being here means you have commitment to do things in more sustainable ways. So, on your behalf, I'd like to thank Miguel from Chroma, Anam from Envoy, Sharif from H&M, and Abdullah from Zubair and Zubair. So could you all give them a round? Thanks to see such a well-attended show again. Clearly, if he invites GIZ again to be involved, we'll be happy to do that. So we're pleased as German Technical Development to be able to offer support to the seminar program. You have my fax. I have my email address. There are some of our leaflets on the stand. If you've got production facilities here in Bangladesh that would benefit from assistance from our service providers, please do come back to me by email. So Sandeep has said if he wasn't here at the end I could close, so I'm now closing this. So thank you for your time, enjoy the rest of the show, and see you at the next show. Thank you for coming.